Namaste. Uh, Very welcome, every one of you. I have this feeling to explore this particular thing, which actually applies to so many, uh, aspects of life, and it applies to us also, to the spiritual, exploration also. You know, like that word is resolution. No, resolution. Can we try to understand what is it? No? For example, there is a question in us, and obviously there is going to be an answer to it also. No, meaning we are going to find an answer to it also. Will that answer bring resolution in us? We may believe that yes, that answer is going to bring resolution in me, no? And generally it doesn't. Resolution, in my understanding, in this, I'm trying some language which I have in my mind right now to express that. Resolution will be when the questioner becomes free from restlessness of asking the question or finding the answer. No? That is the resolved state of the questioner. No? And now, fast forward, going to the last thing, as a being that we do, we are seeking for something, and we do not know what we are seeking for in the beginning. Maybe that's why we ask questions which we feel that which will bring resolution in me, meaning freedom from restlessness of seeking, and it will bring me to openness where I can start living now, life and myself. But in the beginning, we don't know the right question. Slowly, by asking questions and getting answers and not still coming to resolved state, we realize that no, this is not the right direction or right question, right way of questioning or something. No, and then at some point, we ask the right question in a way, or even without asking also. No, it's not necessarily that we have to verbally ask the question also. No, like I felt in times, including right now also, I feel that as if we are the question, that the deepest question, the being that we are, the soul that we are, which is feeling that something is not clear to me and I don't know what is that. Something is not restful in me and I don't know what to do about it. No? To this question called ourself, no? Satsang is the answer actually. And it somehow is able to resolve us, the questioner, into such wholeness, such a fulfillment of being, and that there is nothing left to be asked, nothing left to look for, search for, or even the whole treasure of the word is given. We don't feel like moving our hand to grab it, touch it, or even turn our head towards it. So I have this feeling that we don't have a question, we have a quest in the soul. No? That quest is what is being responded by life in the form of satsang. No? Where we don't know really what I want to ask, what I am searching for. And I feel that if we can allow ourselves to sit in satsang, sit not in the sense of how we want to sit in a certain way so that we can achieve some answer, but more actually attending this satsang. The way I am attending, I am not prepared. Like, because I don't know what we will live today, no, together. But one thing is certain, that we will live truth. That's kind of a good enough No? Knowledge to start with, no? That whatever we will do, we will live truth. No? More deeply, more clearly, more intimately, intimately also. We need to live truth more intimately inside ourselves. We are living truth very less intimately, like almost like like an outsider or something. Like like the statement that I'm living myself. No, this statement can very simply describe also in many ways our intimacy with that which we are living right now. No? Like, who is speaking right now? The one who is living or the one who is being lived? Who is speaking right now? When we say I am living myself. If the one who is being lived is speaking, this is complete intimacy, no? But mostly it is the one who is living it, as if it is separate and away, and I'm going to lose this soon, no? So that I should live it fast. Mostly, it's like this. So there's a possibility of a deep final intimacy, you can say, where we can say I'm living myself. In such a way that this statement will never be false for us now. Ever. You know, at any point of the time in the day, next day also, any situation of life, any state of our mind also. And for that we have satsang. For that intimacy and clarity, we have satsang. No? So I had this feeling to explore with all of you resolution. Resolution. This is what is resolution of the being in the being, no? But there is a resolution at the mind level also. And the more we are clear about the question, the more we are coming to the resolution, actually. However, we normally feel that the answer is the resolution of the question. Actually, no. Answer is not the resolution of the question. Because answer is given externally, no? Answer must come from where the question comes, no? In reality, answer is always there. Questions come from the answer, actually. As if it is like a play of the being, that it knows the answer, then it is searching for the answer until it feels I'm tired of playing, then it just returns back to the answer from where it started questioning in a way. No? This something, if we can understand, is applicable to who we are also. We do not need to question who I am. Really. Being who we are is knowing who we are also. No? Right this very moment. Why we need to question? We must check. No? We must question this actually region, that why I want to question who I am. I'm not saying that questioning who I am is a wrong thing. It's a very effective method. But why we need that method in the first place? Will it not be useful to think about it? No. So like this, beloved, you are very welcome, all of you. You can talk to me anything if you want to discuss. I have this hope that let us come to more resolved state of mind and more resolved state of being today here, no, together. So any one of you who feel that I'm ready to come to that more resolved state of my mind or my being, and talking to me can help you in that, you can talk to me. Yeah, Ines.
Hello, Rajee.
Hello, Ines.
I just wanted to connect and also explore this opportunity you just mentioned.
Oh, yes, yes. Very nice to connect with you. Um, let's say there could be. Can I say something, or you want to tell me?
I don't have anything coming, please.
Huh.
Please speak.
So let's say at the physical body level, we have some kind of restlessness. You know, that restlessness would be either, let's say, some thirst, some kind of thirst, something that is more in the body, and body is trying to remove it, or less in the body, and body is trying to fill it, like trying to come to completion. So that is restlessness at the body level, no? And the mind level also same. Like mind is trying to complete itself in some way. That is why there is a restlessness. No? But let's say at the body level there is a restlessness, and we feel that it is because of hunger. So I should eat more. And actually it was thirst. We should have taken some water. No? So then it will not help. No. So here, more clearly sensing that what my body is asking for will help in this case of the body. In the similar way, to resolve our mind more clearly, we need to sense what exactly my mind is trying to complete, or at the mind level, what I am trying to complete. No, like what is that is lacking in me, that is kind of less in me. And this actually will complete or resolve the mind much more, much faster than any knowledge that we can get from outside, or any insights even from anybody else also. Because this is our original way of resolving mind. This is the original way of resolving mind. This is the mind's soul's way of resolving mind, not mind's way. Mind's way generally is like asking questions and taking in more things from outside. No, this is your way. You, the soul, has your own way of resolving mind. And there's a possibility that you, the soul, will come to a resolution that actually there's no problem in my mind. I know what I know what I don't. It's just a playfulness in me that I want to challenge myself. But now you will be happy in this restlessness. This is also something to be understood, that is the restlessness in our mind joyful, playful, not waiting for something to be finished before I can start living my life. No, it can coexist parallelly while I'm enjoying my life. That playful restlessness of the mind is being resolved also more. No? Or it is like holding me back, like it has become like a bottleneck that I'm not able to move or live life or enjoy anything, any relation with life. No? If it is restless, if this restlessness is suffering, like a suffering, then something has to be done by us from the being. And consciously thinking about it is the way of the soul. Conscious thinking, no, is the way of the soul. What actually fundamentally we call vichar. Vichar is not really, or pure thinking, no, but vichar is not really thinking randomly. That is mind's way. No, very stably thinking. Stably thinking. Then stably remaining, not thinking. This becomes stable seeing. No? Then stably remaining, not even seeing. This becomes stable being. And so simple to come home to who we are like this. And a stable being naturally knows who I am, is already coming to the resolution of the being also. Naturally. And the very taste of our own being, The very taste of our own being is is basically what we are lacking in a way. There is a sense of lack in the soul, which basically is a thirst for our own true nature that we want to taste and not tasting for a long time, and which is only possible by living our nature, not by thinking about it. No? Like we are thirsty of living our own nature, and the answer to that is living ourselves. The nature of the mind is clarity. No? True nature of the mind is clarity. Stability and clarity is the true nature of the mind. And mind is also, in the mind also, there is a restlessness now. Mind is a playground of the soul, no? It wants to play with so many concepts and so many things, but in a healthy manner, not like wounded and trying to, complete the game. No? You know what I mean? So at the mind level, we can come to clarity, stability and clarity. That is the healthy, natural state of the mind also. So all these things are, if you see, so simple and connected, isn't it? It is so joyful to think actually. If we think the way of the mind, the natural mind, not the desperate thinking. Let me think quickly, before I lose this. Let me think quickly so that I can get this. Let me think, that's not really the way of mind or way of the natural way of the mind is actually natural way of the being only, no? It is the being only using mind. So when the being is not living its natural state, is also not living the natural way of mind also in the mind. Mind has so much power. It can be used for all type of thinking, all type of innovations, and all type of creation in life also. So this all came. I hope that it will be helpful in some way.
Yes, yes. I can right now. I can relate to the feeling of suffering from restlessness, and also some, not in the mind, more in the feeling, some feeling of like, kind of a hurt. But I feel sitting here in satsang and listening to what you shared, it's already deep down, it's already, transforming.
Yes. Yeah, these are very genuine feelings, feeling of hurt and confusion and like this. It's very natural for the soul to feel like this. But once you start developing taste for your own being, you know, that's a really magical moment for anyone. And please be clear. I'm not saying that let us try to cover the sense of hurt through the idea that I am the being. No, I'm not saying that. Rather, I'm saying let us uncover who we are when we are feeling hurt. Let us uncover truly who we are even when we are feeling hurt. And the feeling of hurt will still remain, but a deeper level of joy wakes up in us in a way. Like a sense of completion that nothing can add more to it. No, like a sense of completion that nothing can add anything to this completion, this perfection that I am. On that ground, this sense of hurt is happening, which is very practical and allowed to be lived by us. Like this hurt is not going to cause a breakup with life, or it is going to cause a correction in the relation with life in a way, no? Or it is part of the relation in life. But while the intention is to continue the relation with life, no? So it's a different kind of hurt. Uh, I hope that you are able to connect, Ines.
Yes.
How? Because feeling hurt is simply feeling hurt. It's not more, not less, really. But it doesn't cancel who we are. So either we are waiting that I should know myself when I stop feeling hurt. No? In many times we are feeling like this. No? Like I will try to know myself when I have no thoughts in my mind or no such problem. No? Maybe it is the opposite. That at some point, it really is like this, that at some point, when we are so absorbed in our own being, the beauty of it and the pure intelligence of it, that there is no need for the fragmented thinking that usually happens in our mind, through thinking, through the thoughts, that we can directly think about things, without breaking it into smaller thoughts, like if one thought can happen, also. So many things are really like this. Thank you. I think it's very good to understand this. Feeling hurt could be also seen like I'm hurt. No, I'm hurt means my hand is hurt. But it is not a declaration that I'm dead. No, I'm hurt, but I'm alive. No. Who is alive? This being is truth. It is eternal. You are eternal. I simply am saying this, but it is also very simply true also. You are that eternal being, meaning right now. Right now, every one of us is that eternal being and may feel hurt is part of how of the body mind, no? In the body mind mechanism, in the body mind construct, experience happen. If we do not color this experience of hurt, we will see what it is, and but in that we will also get to experience who we are while we are feeling hurt. This is the amazing part of it. Meaning, if we are not too busy in trying to color the experience that we are having right now, we are a lot more free from the experience to experience ourselves also while having the experience. Like more leisurely, joyfully enjoying something. Not like, no, not like this, like leisurely, like, okay, I'm also here. When we let the experience happen in us, in return, we let ourselves remain as who we are also, no? That's a very powerful thing. Then we are going to experience that experience as ourselves more. No? I don't say that it will be applicable to everyone. Depends on our self-consciousness, basically. It depends on our self-consciousness, how self-conscious we are. I think it's very good. Thank you. My best wishes to you.
Thank you so much. It's so good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you. Same here. Manu, you want to talk?
Namaste ji. Ji, I want to report something. And that my understanding is changing about this name, Manu.
Your understanding about, okay, yeah, please share.
Ji, it is happening now like that. That before I was Manu, like this body was Manu now. But now it is changing that Manu is the name of this body.
Yeah, I understand that. If you feel, you can say more.
See, this, I feel like this, and this is giving me the like freedom or something. It's I'm like free from a lot non-essentials with this.
Yeah. Again, I understand what you're saying. It's very, very good. I will just share my version of what I understood, or um, something I want to add here, which can maybe help. This is what I am calling clarity. This is what Manu, what I am calling clarity. Clarity, like being crystal clear that name is name, form is form. Name is being used to refer to the form. They do not have any direct connection whatsoever at any point of time. No? And normally we think that I know this, and mostly we don't. We are living assumptions of relations of the name and our name and form continuously, and with that comes many underlying assumptions that develop inside us in relation, which are connected to ourself, taking ourself as the form, taking ourself as the name, or combination of both. No? Being free from assumptions about the name and form makes us free about who we are also. No? No assumptions, just simple pure knowing of who we are, and pure knowing of the form in which we are, pure knowing of the name we are using for it. No? It does really make us so much free, and it makes our life so much simple. As if we have individual assumptions, no, like stored in our form only, or in our what we can call mind also, no, our individual assumptions, no, like assumptions which are only available to us, and only we are using them to look at life, no, to look at everything. No? Then our perception is not pure in this case. No, it is said like this. No? Pure perception makes us free. Or in the pure perception, it is found that freedom is always here. There is no need for any freedom because there is no bondage found here. No? So essentially, bondage is bondage to assumptions which we are not aware of. And they cause us experience life in such a way that it looks like a bondage, like a suffering, like a limitation, like a I have to do. Not that I enjoy doing it or enjoy living it. No? Life is a blessing actually, and it somehow has turned into a burden. No, the burden of living. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to exist, to have a form, to have name. Our assumptions are giving us so many experiences of the body, name, and the being, and the word also, that we just don't see this, no, in this miracle that we are. Life is, no. And as soon as we start becoming free, no, free means free from the assumptions, you know, our ability to experience also start becoming free very quickly, no, now. Then we experience truly ourselves. We experience joy here, no? Joy which always remains in our being. And we experience the blessedness of being in the form also, no? actually this sense of blessedness is natural inside us. It's just being covered continuously by the experience which is being produced by our assumptions about life. No, you know what I mean? Like that. So uncovering who we are is actually uncovering the blessedness, not in any particular way of thinking about it. A genuine, actual experience of blessedness, which is so free also in a way, doesn't bound to any particular tradition or ritual or any way, no? But a genuine experience of blessedness. Thank you. I think it's very good, Manu. Thank you. Generally, what we call the seeking of life, no, seeking in life is like a circle in which the soul gets caught up, where we are not living the blessedness that we are and that we have as this life, causing restlessness in us, turns into a seeking outside of ourselves for the resolution of it. And the more we succeed there, the more we feel hope, or even when we not succeeding, we are having hope. And that seeking and the involvement with external, life to find something is not letting us live the blessedness that we are already. So it becomes like a vicious circle. We have to break it. I feel Dhyan and Satsang is one part where let us start living that blessedness. Let us every time come together and let us live the blessedness that we are, while not discarding the sense of seeking inside us totally or trying to cover it or anything. No, let it be there. Let it be there. The clarity helps here. Clarity helps. The resolution of the mind helps here more. Like seeking less, sitting and thinking clearly more. You know, like going out, moving less, but you know, more clearly trying to figure out that what I'm searching and why, and what will help me. And already we are progressing a lot on that path of seeking, which is never going to lead us anywhere, by the way, because what we are seeking for is what we already are. Kasturi kundal vase, mrag dhoonde jag mahi. The that kasturi, that that fragrance in the deer, no, in the deer in the forest, no, the animal deer, no, has this kasturi in its whole nibble, and the fragrance of it, as if giving the impression that it is outside. So it keeps searching everywhere, keep running everywhere. No, this is described as the state of the soul in the ancient texts. No? Kasturi kundal base, mrag dhoonde jagmahi. The deer or the soul is searching everywhere in the world. That fragrance which is coming from its own self only. No? So meditation, dhyan and satsang is to sit, to sense, to feel clearly from where this fragrance of joy coming, and finding the source inside ourselves only. This is what it means to be consciously experiencing peace. Consciously means trying to trace also the source from where this peace is coming. You know? And this is amazing to know that this peace is actually coming from my own self, from where I'm experiencing it. And it is coming from that who I am, who is experiencing it. Like I am peace. It is found somehow. In this consciousness, in this self-awareness, it is found. I am this peace which I am experiencing, which I was searching for. And every time in my past I experienced peace, it was from me only. Because peace never comes from anywhere else. Never. Never. Like absolutely never comes from anywhere else. Joy, peace, no, blessedness. Because we are that blessedness. Unless we experience ourselves, it is going to continue. The circle is going to continue. The seeking is going to continue. This satsang is like I am interested in living this blessedness, no, and connecting with you all also. No, you are also here now, interested in living your blessedness, and this is such a power actually of our decision towards this blessedness. It is enabling us, somehow to be detached from mind. Mind, in this case, the sense of seeking. You know, it is enabling us to detach ourselves from that restlessness or sense of seeking, you know, to more enjoy who we are right now. What is dhyan for me is when we decide to live ourselves, decide to live who we are, without any precondition that this should happen like this. No, like just like this, just like this. Let's begin. Like this for me. Satsang, in some sense, is the environment where we remain in that dhyan or in that blessedness and truth of our own being. We are provided that kind of. There is an environment provided here, no, for those who have chosen to live in their blessedness. It becomes more simple and easy in a way, supported in a way. No? Nothing else. Nothing else really. We can have a lot of discussions, and we will, as and when necessary. But ultimately, the discussion should come to a resolution, not to a new question. No, like that. Thank you. Zoe, you want to talk?
Namaste, Ji.
Namaste.
I'd like to share that I feel so much joy, so much excited to live with you of this blessedness. I feel so much, so much.
Yeah, it is amazing actually. And it is not something which we can quantify in any way. Like, okay, how much, But generally, the more the better. No? Meaning, the more from previous time, the better. No? In this living of our own blessedness of our own being, no? Um, the sense, the sense of restlessness or the sense that something is lacking in me dissolves somehow. It just dissolves somehow. The sense of the natural truth of our completeness of our own being remains here now. Where we are not doing anything out of restlessness coming or from this lack. Now we are doing everything out of joy and sense of fulfillment and blessedness. No? Like our life becomes like a dance of blessedness that we are living continuously, or a celebration, in a way. Like, hey, I'm kind of very happy. Would you like to join me? Like that. Maybe not verbally, but yeah, it's amazing. Thank you. Very nice.
This is exactly what you share. I feel no resonance, no, I don't know, nothing is negative in my life. Like I just feel every day is like living very much perfectly.
Yes, yes. Very, very nice. You said that there's nothing negative in my life now. I was wondering that naturally there is nothing negative in ourself actually. Naturally means like basically in the being we don't have any outlook, negative outlook towards anything really. But it happens somehow over the period that we develop something and conditioning, no? Somehow like as if we become negative means like an enemy, like we look at things in the sense that it is my enemy or you know. I feel coming to the truth of who we are, like tasting ourselves through dhyan, through satsang, is really very important here. Otherwise, those questions will keep coming, and you know they will become like a loop in itself, where we will totally forget that why I'm asking the question in the first place, or why I'm searching, what I'm going to get out of searching. No, so one way is to come to our truth of our own being, tasting our own self through dhyan satsang. Another way is to sit and question that what I'm searching for and what I'm going to get out of it and what will happen after that. You know, like a conscious thinking helps here also when necessary. I don't know if it will help anyone or not, but a simple activity like let's say you feel like, hey, I kind of want to go and have a ice cream in this parlor, no, in this new parlor, let's say ice cream parlor, and you may choose to stop for a moment and question yourself joyfully that I'm definitely going to enjoy this ice cream. You know? But is the tasting of the ice cream going to add something to me, who I am fundamentally? Meaning, will I be different than how who I am right now after tasting the ice cream, or will I be same? And there are very higher chances that we will notice that no, actually I am going to be the same, just that I will enjoy the taste of it. And now this is a perfect picture. The unchanging being experiencing that which changes is so perfect, no? Is so simply perfect. That's how it has to be. Because that which is not changing cannot be tasted in this way of experiencing. No? Only that which is changing, like only that ice cream which is melting. No? So I don't know for whom it will be useful, but we can even look at things in this simple. We can break down these things, our wisdom, into small activities like this. Not saying that I will not go, like not negatively, you know, conceptualizing it that what is the point in enjoying the taste of ice cream while I'm already the being who is changeless. No, it's totally fine to experience something, no? If the feeling is there to experience. No? But there is no need for us to forget ourselves during that time. No? So the whole understanding of Dhyan and Satsang which I share is not really to take away the experiencing that we have, but to add something deeper under it in a way, or to discover something deeper under it which is already there, ourself. Ourself also has a taste to it. Ourself also is producing an experience that is joy, peace. I think there is no need to ignore that. No? And that is pure light of being also. No? It's very good, thank you. Very nice to meet you, Joyji.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Very, very nice. Karuna, you want to talk?
Hello, Rajee.
Hello, Karuna.
I am enjoying a lot the topic that you brought today. With resolution, I feel it is so essential, so at the core of what we are doing here, what we are all looking for. This is like, at least I'm speaking for myself. I feel that I'm looking for this resolution. So all other questions, other strategies are just about this resolving myself. And it feels like when you put this in this way, it feels like it's a kind of a simple thing to feel and understand. It's not something sophisticated, not something complex. It should be easy. Should be simple. It is simple, and I feel when it comes to this very precise, like as if there is no distance almost between this unresolved and resolved when it comes to the resolution. It's just there is no like steps in between. It goes like straight. And I don't know what I want to say more. Maybe you could just continue this topic of resolution somehow.
What you pointed out also is very interesting and fundamental. That doesn't seem to be like a difference between the resolved and unresolved state. I would like to look into it together. That, like, I'll just share something that the difference between these two states is the difference of bliss being blissful and being restless. This is the difference. We experience the difference, not that we notice the difference. We cannot notice the difference so easily, as you very correctly said. But our life experience is the evidence of that. The more resolved state of our own being provides us more stable ground from where we can experience life, make decisions. As and when necessary, making decision when necessary. Let us see. So let's say a choice came, okay? A choice is there in life to be made. And let's say you bite it in the sense that like you were like this. Choice came like a ball thrown at you by life. No? You did not do anything. You remained in the blessedness of your own being, undividedness and, truth of your own being. It falls, wind will blow or somebody else will come and the ball will be moved somewhere else very soon. If you did not respond to it, no? No. Then the ball came and then you somehow moved your hand or moved yourself, like meaning made a decision to respond to it. No? Now it is like a choice. Now you have to make a choice. In this, we can very easily, very simply understand resolved and unresolved state. So you made a move towards the choice where you have to make. No, made a move means like you made a decision, made up your mind that okay, this is what I'm going to do. After that, are you feeling peaceful, joyful, blessed, whole? Then that move, that decision or choice came from the resolved state of being. No? But after making the choice, we feel, can you wait for a moment? Like I think I would like to change my decision, or I would like to change my choice. No. Or after paying the bill for it, let's say after clicking the pay now button in the online, then you feel, oh, why this site is showing this better version of the same thing now when I paid for it. Then it is coming from unresolved state. What is unresolved state in this case is divided state of the being. Divided state means what? Means at the time of making the choice, the whole of the being did not participate. Whole of who we are means not the whole of whole, but whole of what we know about ourselves. When we say whole of ourselves, for me it means that how much we are conscious of ourselves, that much of ourselves, when whole of it participates in making that choice, that is the resolved state. So this is one way of looking at it. Another possibility in the same example is that we were feeling very whole, very resolved, until the choice came in front of us. Now the choice is highlighting some kind of unresolved resolution present inside us. No? Also possible. And it can be used very well actually. That okay, what I really want to choose here? And will that bring peace? Will my choice bring peace, no? In me more. So ultimately, resolution or resolved state basically is undivided state of being. Unresolved state is divided state of being. Divided means the being that we are is divided within itself. Within itself means against itself only. No? Like we are not certain that. So what will bring that certainty? No? Clarity, stability in our own being, sitting like not being restless this time when making choice. No, that will help us a lot. Mostly we are a bit restless. That's why we are in a hurry. Hurry not in terms of time, but hurry in terms of how much of ourselves wanted to take part in that activity of making choice or attending life that time. No? So this is where being peaceful in ourselves is required. Being peaceful, not sleeping, being peaceful and available, attending life. No? Being peaceful, basically being holistic as we are, truly what we are. No? And then from here, whole of ourself, either attending the ball that is thrown at us or not attending the ball. No? In both the cases, we are peaceful, resolved. We remain resolved. Whole of ourselves decided to not do anything about it. Little bit of a ripple of thought or a feeling may arise in us, like let's say 10% of ourself thought, I think I should do that, but 90% of ourself will pull back. That hand which was was trying to come out. No, it's fine. We are fine. But still we are whole. No, something like this happens internally inside us, and it is happening continuously. By the way, whole day. Observation, like what I'm sharing, can help you in observing that life is highlighting our dividedness and trying to help us become undivided again, meaning become free from dividedness into our natural state, which is natural wholeness. Like this, we are naturally undivided, naturally resolved. We learn to be divided actually afterward anyway. Mind also, resolution of mind also plays a big role here, because mind is what is helping us in living in this world, understanding everything, and mind says that I cannot leave any of these two options right now. Then it's a and we can practice I say, our internal power of the being for being more resolved, very simply in small things, where not much is at stake. No, we should practice this also, like drinking water. How much of myself is drinking water, no, this time? Walking, how much of myself is walking that time? As if we have been living in a state of dividedness continuously, and we have to return to our natural undivided state of being, and so that we can start living everything from here, no? Like a reverse cycle is necessary. No? Dhyan and Satsang is an opportunity to come to the natural undividedness of our own being and sit here quietly, enjoying, like living our truth more. And ultimately after that, living life from here also slowly, no? Because there is nobody inside us who says that after making the choice that I should have done, I should have chosen more wisely, no? And even after that, okay, we made a wrong choice, we can still let go. That okay, I will try, I will do better next time. What is the point in now being unhappy, continuously fighting inside? No, this also nobody else is saying that. If whole of ourselves comes together, that all right, I made a mistake, and there is a sense that it is not good. I should have not made the mistake. Like a sense of pain is there. No? Yes. And if we let whole of it be here, live the whole thing in one go, no? As if the being resolves itself in some way and comes to the clarity that there is nobody else actually here, it's just myself beating myself up. No, it's just myself beating myself up. There is no point in beating myself, no? Now. But I have learned a lesson now, I will take care next time. No? And now this lesson cannot be forgotten. No? Karuna, that's all that came here. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajee. Thank you.
Because it is true what you are saying, that it is a very important topic, most important actually. Because after that, what remains is just living the truth of who we are. From here, only the blessedness comes in our life more and more and more. It's a dance of blessedness, no? But before that, this resolved mind, resolved soul. Where we normally feel, generally we feel that resolution is dependent on what I am experiencing, how cluttered or clear my thinking is, how negative or positive my experiences are? No. Resolved state of being, a resolved state of experiencer does not depend on the experiences. Resolved state of mind does not depend on what we are thinking about right now. Resolved state of thinker, not thoughts. Resolved state of experiencer, not experiences. No. I think it's very good. Thank you. Meditation, actually, dhyan is the ultimate simple and ultimate way of coming to complete resolution. Very organically, very, existentially, and very simply. And all that we have to do is, for this meditation that we have to, for the meditation that we have to let go of our work that we are doing with the unresolved state of every level, where it looks like I have to fix it today only. I should fix it today only. But when our being is when our being is more wise, then somehow we see that somehow being more peaceful, stable, wise, clear is more important as a whole than fixing small things at the moment. You know? And through the dhyan, we can very simply reach here like this. We may, in the mind state, ego state, think that meditation is a state. Through meditation, we will come to some state where we are lost. No, it is the opposite. Generally, we are lost. In the meditation, we are found first time, or we have found ourselves first time. Ah, I am this. We are so lost otherwise. We are just continuously busy in trying to fix the unresolved state of everything inside us. No? But where we are right now is an amazing, amazing place. Everyone, I feel that you can use this time well. If possible, don't try to fix anything. Can we do like this together? Let us live some truth, something together also. No. Don't try to fix anything. Really, don't try to fix anything now. Right now, for some time. But it doesn't mean that we let go of our present stable ground where we are. No, let us remain in the stable ground of our physical body also, where we are seated, and our being also in this body. So remaining very stable in a way, like a still in a way, not still like frozen, but stable in the sense that still like not involved, not trying to fix anything. And here we are more like a being. Being means existing without effort. We are not trying to exist. We are finding ourselves existing here. And we are naturally finding ourselves able to notice also, able to see also, observe. We are observing or noticing. Some kind of resolution is taking place in some way. Enjoy. Let us enjoy this view. Let us not try to contribute here. Let us not try to go anywhere in any other state than we are. Let us not try to cover any truth that we see right now, also inside us. And let us not focus on particular part of the truth that we are seeing inside us. So this is what is a natural what is our natural state, where I am inviting all of you that let us remain, or let us return to our natural state of being. Whenever you sense that, as if the habit of doing is trying to force a sense of stillness or something, be alert about it and don't be involved with it. Remain relaxed, loose, free, uninvolved. It is like a learning. You, the being, is learning your own way of being. Learning also that it is really possible for me to not do anything and just remain. And here, very subtle doings will be highlighted. Remain open for it to notice that yes, I will find myself doing something in a very subtle way, and I will remain alert to not do it or not be involved. It is that that particular point in between, which is neither a doing nor a non-doing, which is neither a seeing nor not seeing, which is neither awake nor asleep. This is our true state of being. And our true state of being is not really dependent on how things are happening inside us. We are independently who we are right now and always. Right now we are just experiencing or living our truth. So what we are going to experience, or we are experiencing right now, is some unconscious involvement noticed by us, and we are becoming free from it by noticing it. We are becoming free from that unconscious doing or involvement. Also, this same consciousness is shining on our own nature. No? Also, the same consciousness is allowing us to sense who we are. So in one go, where we are right now, in one go we are noticing our involvement with what is happening inside us. We are able to sense up to some degree how we get involved, what we call doing. And also who we are actually here. In just one go, all of this fundamental truth is being revealed here and being lived by us. By just one thing, by correcting our state in a way. State in this case is not what we are experiencing. State in this case is the attitude we have towards what we are experiencing. A state of the experiencer, not a state that is being experienced. A state means attitude of the experiencer that we are. Meaning, is the attitude aggressive or like passive or active? Involved or indifferent? No, neither involved nor indifferent. Try to live with me, please. This is very important, that neither indifferent from what is happening inside me, totally like I don't care, I'm blind for it. No. Neither indifferent towards what is happening inside me, nor involved with it. Between these two is the freedom of the being. The the freedom is the discovery of that internal knowledge of who we are. It's a discovery of our true nature, which means that knowing that I'm all the time free, absolutely all the time free, whether involved, not involved. I'm all the time free. Meaning my nature is freedom, and it does not change at any point of time based on my involvement with anything that is happening inside me. And this guiding, this meditation, working to meditation together, we will go through different stages or states also, which are correction happening in the being that we are, in our correction in our outlook, in our attitude also towards ourself and our what we are experiencing. In this last few 1 or 2 minutes, let us try, let us see like this. Let us try to include more and more what we are experiencing inside us. And let us try to kind of exclude ourselves from it in a way. Who we are is that space in which everything is happening and everything that we are experiencing. Very simple understanding. Let us start with this simple understanding that everything that I am experiencing is happening inside me. That inside is my space of being in which any and everything can happen or happening. Now let us try to include more and subtler things or experiences which are happening inside us right now, while remaining aware that I am that in whom it is happening, and I am that who is experiencing it. So we will not be lost in those subtle experiences, but we will become aware of them now. The important part of it is not to forget that we are experiencing or experiencer or observer of what is happening inside us, and we are the space also in which it is happening. It is through this we are allowing our natural awareness to come to the subtler, levels of our own being, and we are allowing our natural wisdom to notice it. One being that we are, through its own natural one wisdom, noticing. Not changing, only noticing. Not noticing to take advantage of something or to become free from something. Noticing because it is true, because it exists. The more we become aware of the subtler level of our own being, meaning what is happening inside the space of being, the more somehow we become free from it into our natural state, truth. This is the purpose. Otherwise, we remain connected in some way or involved with it in some way, as if we are taking this also as ourself. And that remains like a limitation in the subtle levels in the root, and which is experienced by us in everything that we experience now, because it get mixed up or projected onto everything that we experience, and we don't notice that why I'm not experiencing life more freely than I feel I should, because something is mixed with us inside at a very subtle level. In one sense, we are experiencing the forms of life while remaining as a form. And once it is highlighted, we can experience forms of life as the formless. That is the actually deepest possibility in us, and also the purest way of experiencing. Pure experiencing. Like to experience a tree really as the tree is, we need to be free from any form. Otherwise, our present form, howsoever subtle it is going to be imposed in a way, or going to impose a limitation in our experiencing of that tree. So we are trying to be free from that right now, free from that that subtle form which we are mixed with, and we are taking that as ourself, so that we can return to our formless truth. And remember, we are not some kind of emptiness that we can experience inside ourselves. So we are emptiness, but not that emptiness which we can experience inside ourselves. No, we are that emptiness which is experiencing everything. We are emptiness who is experiencing, not the emptiness which is being experienced. We are not that emptiness which is being experienced. We are that who is experiencing even the emptiness, if there is any experience of emptiness. In that case, emptiness that is being experienced is also a form only, subtle form. Who we are is formless being, And we can so joyfully experience every form now from this divine, joyful nothingness that we are. In this true state of our own being, in this truth of our own being as this divine nothingness, we when meeting a life form, we provide empty, unused, unpolluted space to be filled by that which we are meeting right now. And our spaciousness of our own being and our ability to experience, sensitivity to experience, also pure, is able to fully experience that form, fully, totally, deeply. And is such a deep intimacy and love is felt here in every experience with every life form, which we have never experienced before as an individual or as an individual person. This is pure experiencing of life or life forms from our formless, joyful nothingness. No? Deepest possible experiencing here happens. Most profound experiencing. Where so much is being known even in every experience that we encounter, that we meet in life. So much is known so simply about what we experience. So simply. Because the experience is so deep. And while we are living the truth of who we are, life is perfect here. Thank you, beloveds, for joining. Where we come into our truth of who we are and truth of life, there are no conflicts here between the experiencer and the experienced, or in the very act of experiencing. There are no conflicts here. And the experiencer is always joyful before experiencing, during experiencing, and after experiencing everything, every form. No, forms are not only, life forms are not only outside of our body, no, as a tree, ocean, no, as an animal, bird, no. They are inside us also. No. What we experience inside us, whether it is a feeling or a thought or anything, is also a life form. No? And here also we have the same standpoint. Joyful before, during, and after experience of every form inside us also. So it's a very, this is most fundamental freedom. Not freedom from experiencing, not freedom from anything. It's just freedom from sort of a limitation in which we live. which is mixed with us in every level, whether we are experiencing, whether we are being, no? Meaning whether we are just staying. Can we just stay when we want to stay and do nothing else? If we can, then nothing is mixed with us. If we cannot, something is mixed with us. This is a very good test. Meditation also, Dhyan is also a good test that something is mixed with us. Can we joyfully sit without doing anything? Then nothing is mixed with the being that we are. And once this test we have passed, let's say, we have become clear about it, then the same thing can be tested when experiencing, no? When experiencing also. No? Can I remain joyfully as myself when experiencing something? You know? So the taste of what we are experiencing, you know, right now is actually true. It's actually there. Taste of our own being also is actually true and actually here. Both are coexisting. While our mind state normally is trying to dismiss one of the two, mix, amalgamate, or something. No? Let us just be here and actually experience ourselves as ourselves and experience as experience. No? That's actually what I meant. Let's have a cup of tea. Not adding anything to this moment. No, not adding anything to this moment. I feel the great beings have pointed out about such things in different ways also, like this is probably what it means to not move. No, don't move. When the great beings say don't move, this is what it means. Don't move means don't try to go out of this moment. Don't try to run away from this experience. Don't try to go deep in yourself. Don't try to go out of yourself into the... Because truth is one. Life is one. Being is one. And this complete truth is present here. Complete. Whole of the truth is here. No? And it is always here. It's just that we need to be here now. And now in this moment we are here. No, we are just here. And this is the most fundamental thing that we can learn in our life. But I call through meditation also, dhyan also, no? To be here. No? We can learn to be here. And then what to do? Then nothing to be done after that. Being here enables us for our higher possibilities in life. There's a guiding here in the sense, no? Like we feel guided in some sense. The wisdom that has to open up, it start of the being, no? Wisdom of the being starts opening up here. And we actually see that what I thought is a problem was never a problem. Or in reality, there was never a problem in life. Or maybe the only problem was that life was to be lived and I was not living it. I was to live or know myself and I was not living or knowing myself. Maybe this was the only problem, no? This was causing restlessness, that time is passing. Maybe, no? So it's very nice. Anybody can talk to me also if you want. Uma, you want to talk?
Pranamji. This is a sharing. This is very such perfect place you brought us, where search is not found, completeness, total completeness. And
So it's very good. No, it's very good. No,
yes,
to experience like this. Yeah. But it doesn't mean that maybe in you the search has ended now. But not in everyone search will end like this. Search will still remain. Like some energy of search will remain inside us still when we will go out of this satsang or out of this guiding. No. But somehow tasting our own completeness will contribute a lot in a good way there also. Like we will see the falsity of many of our impulses and searches there. Like search will start becoming more crystallized also there. Like more actual, more to the point, not like missing the point all the time. No. Because these two things are connected really. No. The being is searching because it is restless. Being is restless because it is not living its own nature. The more we live our own nature, the less we are restless, less we will search. No? When we have a lot of energy to search, then we will think about everything in this world. No? When we have very less energy to search, we will be very selective also, no? Very wise also. No? Like, oh, I just have very little energy. Let me think, first of all, what really I want to search for and how, all that stable thinking comes in place now. No? At some point, somehow that the hypnosis is broken completely. That I have to search something or find something in order to be complete in myself or in order to be myself. That hypnosis is broken actually. And that's an amazing, amazing, amazing moment in our life. Now nothing, no experience of our life can fool us in any way. No? It is very good, thank you. I think it's good.
see, one more thing can I share?
Yeah.
Because I realized this what you shared sometimes back. It is like that the flute of God is continuously playing inside us, and everywhere, but mind is so loud that we cannot hear. Then that time I was thinking that where to begin, how can we start to pay attention to that flute? So here satsang is the best place. Here we can leave everything aside, and then automatically this we can hear, we can listen this flute, and just paying attention is required.
Yeah. Yes. One thing which is useful also, and a little funny also, a fact about being present. No, if we are more present in satsang, we experience that the flute of the beloved, no, which a beloved is playing in our own heart and being. Just say, a devote way of the devotee, no, to speak like this, no. We can state about this fact, truth in some other way maybe also, no. But the fact is that there is a divine music, no, what we maybe call this anahat nad, no, which is not being done by a doer, but being produced by a non-doer, no. There is a music, there is a sound in our being which is being produced by a non-doer, which is producing it without doing anything. It is the sound of existence of the beloved, no. So a fact about being present is that the more we are present here in satsang, in dhyana, in our own satsang also, we can so deeply experience it, no. This is a fact. But the funny fact connected to it is that if we can be more present in the mind and listen to the noise of the mind, so simply we will stop playing those drums we ourselves are playing to produce that noise. So there will be so much less noise in the mind. And also we'll throw out all that which is playing by itself, which we are not playing also. So if we can be more present in the mind also when listening to the noise, we are trying to be very less there in the mind because we know it's so noisy. But if we can be more present there one time, even just fully listen the noise and feel disturbed by it, we are out of it. We are free from that how to say moho. We say no moho, like attachment. We are free from attachment with it. Like what the hell is going on here? I thought no, my mind is a little bit disturbing me. No, it's like hell. Nobody wants to live in hell. So consciousness, being conscious or being present works in both the ways. That's what is funny, I'm just sharing with you. There also in the mind also we are trying to be very carefully like controlling being present or being conscious, so that if I'm more conscious, then I'll see the whole thing. No? Here also, while present in our own being, we are not seeing the beauty of this this eternal sound. No, there is an eternal sound of existence in our own being. It is the sound of existence, the most subtle vibration in existence. No? We are not able to hear this also well because we are not present. So there is a penalty at both the ends. There at the mind level, there is no way but to adjust life there because there is too much noise. No, something has to be done there. Otherwise, noise will continue because there is a how to say disharmony or like imbalance is there. No, so that imbalance will continue producing noise. No, but all this while the sound of existence, anahat nad, is still present in our own being. No? Which can be experienced somehow if we can pull ourselves from that complaint towards that noise and drop into our own being for a moment. We will get such, in Hindi we say, sukoon, like we will get such peace, rest that we have been seeking for so long. That we will have wisdom to, okay, what to do about that noisy department of my life or my existence called mind. No? We'll very simply see that, okay, these things I don't want to attend, like clear no, like this. So that work gone out of our life now, no? Like we will clearly know that I do not want to work on these thoughts, these feelings, these problems, these confusions. Like total no, like this. We are working on them out of habit, out of self-unconsciousness also, and out of not having any access to this sound of the beloved, no? This sound of existence. No? As soon as we get access to it, we, like, as if there is sort of, a, a reset happens inside us, reset of values. Now I don't have so much time really that I can attend all the nonsense of my mind. We may feel like this sometimes. All the disturbance, all the things which, like, no, I'm going to be very selective. I have very less energy now because I want to spend so much in myself now. Before that, we are just trying to clean the house of the mind only as best as we can with all our best intentions only, not that we are in that way wrong. It's just that we are not going to succeed here so much. Empty mind, in this case, empty mind will be like, empty mind means empty life, like no furniture, nothing, no access, just sleeping on the floor. However, empty being is full of the sound of the beloved from inside. It is able to vibrate, In one sense, this is also that vibration of our own being, and the sound of the existence is like a guidance, inner guidance. If we remain connected to it, slowly whole of our life gets aligned to it in a way, or through it in a way. A very different kind of wisdom manifests, very different kind of life starts being lived from inside to outside. Because of being lost in the mind too much, or being busy too much in trying to reduce the noise in the mind that we experience, we are not noticing one fundamental truth, that who we are actually, who we are really. We are just not having time for this simple truth. Who we are right now when we are experiencing this nad, anahat nad, when we are experiencing this sound of the existence inside our own being, who we are. Actually, we are not as individual at all here. We are not at all here as individual. We are, but not individual soul. We are not individual self. There is only anahatana. There is only sound of existence here, and we are here also, but not as a form. Not as a form. And also, we are not separate from the beloved here. We are not separate from the beloved here. Or rather, more like we are not, beloved is. The essence, the supreme being is here, and we are not in a way, no. But we are also here, no. We are experiencing, no. So let us experience or enjoy this, let us welcome this blessedness in our heart. Let us not bring mind here to question that, okay, who I am. That's not the right capacity. Right capacity is to allow ourselves to experience this. That fundamental sound of existence is going to guide us how to experience it. Like this, let us align our mind to the soul. No? Not that let us align our soul to the mind. No? Let what is here, our own existence, and the sound of it, let it become the center right now. And if I may use the word, let us devote ourselves to it for this moment. It will introduce itself to us. In that introduction, in its introduction, we are not found as individual self, but we are found here as what we are really, you know. Like this, in this light of the beloved, in this light of the Lord, the darkness of ignorance is removed like this, which is being removed right now, no, in us. And when that darkness of ignorance, self-ignorance is not there, life is naturally complete, harmonious. Very, very nice. Thank you, Uma. Very nice place where we are now. I think it's very nice. If anybody want to talk to me, you can talk. Then we end this meeting now.
Namaste ji. Ji, I wanted to report about the guiding and then the sharing which just happened. And after the guiding, I was feeling peaceful and then a bit joyful. And then when you said that we are not fully in the mind also, and we are not fully here also. And that gave a shock also. That okay, yes, I am not fully here also, I am afraid also. And that gave a joy more, and then this sharing now with Umaji made so much joy aloud and peace also.
Yeah.
Going deeper. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. This is the thing that if we consciously want to be like not here in our being and not there in the mind or life experience, it is okay. We will be very happy when we will do what we want to do in this way, no? But we are doing it without knowing, without being conscious of it. That is the problem. And as soon as we become conscious that, hey, I'm neither being fully here in my being, in meditation, in dhyan, in satsang, and not being there in life, activity, thinking or experiencing, then it is stopped somehow. It changes somehow. Like this, you, the being, is claiming back yourself more. Like more of you is going to be there now in everything that you will do. Whether being here or being in the mind, activity or anything. Like this, we are gaining back ourselves in a way from unconsciousness. That is called sleep of the soul also. No? Although that sleep of the soul is something very mysterious in a way, in the sense that it doesn't end really as a isolated thing that, okay, whole of myself has been known now as separate soul, and there are many other separate souls. It might feel like this in the beginning, and we can enjoy it even for a long time. In fact, as per some great beings, we can enjoy in this isolated, awakened state of the soul for few thousand years even. But that somehow expands after that. It is going to end in God only, in Supreme Soul only. The mystery will be, fully resolved, fully open here only. Who was that? Who was that? Who I was? Who I am truly? Even right now, if we can embrace this question without trying to do anything about it, if we can embrace this question fully, who I am, not trying to do something about it, why we need to do something about it? Not a spiritual practice, but embracing the question, who I am. Already so much light comes inside us, inside our own heart. And I see, looking at all of you, you are looking so beautiful right now. Because you are looking at your own own self in a way, in your own way, the way of the being. No? I'm feeling so blessed, so blissful with all of you right now. I kind of can feel that you are looking in the way of the being right now, in your own way, original way. No? Like, yeah, that's true, who I am. Not about trying to solve suffering or anything, not about trying to become enlightened or anything, but who I am actually. A blissful, blissfully embracing the simple question, who I am. I think it's good. Thank you. It's very good. Yeah, this totality of the being, let's say, more of the being that we are. No, this feature, when enabled, remains with us all the time. Now, whatever we do. Now, more of ourself, meaning more of our wisdom, more of our stability, more of our joy also, all the time, wherever we go, whatever we do. You know. And everything somehow start becoming smaller in front of us. All those things which appear to be problems, they start, being reduced to a more of a challenge sometime, and after that even lesser challenge or not at all a challenge even. It is because of our size. Our size is growing in relation to life. Without changing the size of life, without changing the size of challenges of life, somehow they become lesser and lesser. In experience, it really is felt like this clearly, continuously, not just one day where we meditated very hard. No, no, every day now. Thank you. I think it's very good. It is just amazing to meet all of you here, beloved. I clearly feel that we lived a very simple and a profound truth together. Thank you for joining this meeting. Thank you.